In Pakistan, one podcast interview has exploded into a political storm. Imran Khan's sister, yes, the sister of Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister, has openly questioned Islamabad's version of Operation Sindoor. And now Pakistan's cybercrime agency wants to interrogate her. Noreen Niazi claims the military confrontation with India, which is Operation Sindoor, was carefully orchestrated to boost the image of the Pakistani army. Islamabad's response has been immediate: a formal summons, accusations of spreading false narratives, and the threat of legal action. So, why has one interview rattled Pakistan's establishment so much? What does this tell us about Operation Sindoor's political legacy inside Pakistan? And why is this becoming much bigger than just one podcast? It all began with a podcast. Noreen Niazi, Imran Khan's sister, made a series of controversial remarks about the 4-day India-Pakistan military confrontation in May 2025. Of course, that you all remember that was Operation Sindoor. It followed the Pahalgam terror attack. Noreen Niazi has now questioned Pakistan's official account of the conflict and suggested that India's response had been deliberately restrained. She said, and I quote, "Modi could have fixed them in 2 minutes if he had wanted to. Why did he stop? India is such a large country. Look at that country and then look at yourselves," she mocked Pakistan. Not stopping there, Noreen Niazi dismissed Pakistan's version of events entirely. She said India is a big country and could have responded to Pakistan after the May 10th attack. But India deliberately refrained from giving a strong response because of some quote-unquote understanding. And then Noreen dragged Israel and the Abraham Accord into her comment. She claimed that the conflict was designed to make Pakistan recognize Israel. She said, quote, "Dubai and the others already did it, right? Now it was Pakistan's turn," unquote. And then she went further, even mentioning Donald Trump's repeated praise of Pakistan's leadership as part of that entire picture. "Do you think Trump likes the Pakistani establishment?" she asked, calling the US president a savage sort of man shaken up in his own country. The reaction from Pakistan's establishment was swift. The National Cybercrime Investigation Agency summoned Noreen Niazi, accusing her of spreading false, offensive, and inflammatory content aimed at damaging state institutions. She has been directed to appear before investigators in Islamabad, with officials warning that failing to cooperate could invite legal action under Pakistan's penal laws. Punjab Information Minister Asma Bukhari also weighed in, saying that Niazi's comments reflected Imran Khan's mindset and describing her remarks as highly condemnable. But here's why this isn't simply about one podcast. Pakistan's military has spent months projecting Operation Sindoor as proof of its strength and preparedness. Field Marshal Asim Munir's public image is closely tied to that narrative. Across the border, India has consistently projected a very different version. PM Modi has repeatedly said that Indian forces struck terror infrastructure inside Pakistan, destroyed 9 terror hubs, and warned that Operation Sindoor is not over. So when a member of Pakistan's best-known political family publicly questions Islamabad's version of events, it becomes politically uncomfortable. Not because it proves anything by itself, but because it challenges a narrative that the establishment has strongly defended. In fact, this isn't Noreen Niazi's first run-in with the authorities. Just weeks ago, she and her sisters alleged that they were assaulted by police while protesting outside Adiala jail after being denied permission to meet Imran Khan. She also claimed that AI was used to manipulate some of her earlier interviews and has accused Pakistan's establishment of targeting her family for speaking to Indian media. Now, these allegations remain contested, but one pattern is difficult to ignore. Every time a member of the Khan family makes politically sensitive remarks, the response has increasingly involved legal notices, investigations, or direct police action. Now, step back for a moment. The contrast is striking. In India, the government continues to publicly discuss Operation Sindoor, with PM Modi repeatedly presenting it as a strategic success. In Pakistan, the sister of the former Prime Minister now faces a cybercrime investigation after questioning her country's official narrative. The difference has naturally drawn attention. Whether Noreen Niazi's claims are right or wrong is ultimately, frankly, a matter for evidence and Pakistan's own public to scrutiny. But Pakistan's response has once again shifted attention to a familiar debate: how much space exists for dissent when it comes to the military's narrative? And perhaps that's the bigger takeaway. This story is no longer just about Operation Sindoor, it's about Pakistan's continuing struggle between elected politics, military authority, and the limits of public disagreement. This is Times Access, where global stories meet India's perspective. Click on the bell icon to subscribe, because the next big global shift will have India at its center.
If they had a nuclear weapon,
The old rules are breaking. Alliances are shifting.
Apologize again to the victims of the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Wars are redrawing maps. Oil routes can shake economies overnight. One election in America can impact markets in Mumbai.
no tax on tips.
One move by China can alter the balance in Asia. One conflict in West Asia can hit every Indian household. This is no longer a distant story. This is our story. Your story. Because for the first time in decades, India is not watching from the sidelines. India is rising. India is negotiating. India is balancing rivals. India is building military strength. India is shaping trade routes. India is becoming central to the new global order. And yet, most global news is still told through someone else's lens. Washington's lens, Beijing's lens, London's lens. But where is India's lens? Where is the platform that explains the world from our perspective? Welcome to India's Axis, a new destination for geopolitics, strategy and power seen through India's eyes. From Neighborhood Watch to the biggest global stories that matter to you. Why tensions in the Taiwan Strait matter to India. How one move by China can affect India's security. What turmoil in Pakistan means for regional stability. How Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan shape India's neighborhood. Why oil choke points can hit your wallet. How wars abroad can reshape India's security. This is not noise. This is not shouting. This is not recycled headlines. This is sharp, intelligent storytelling. Daily explainers, war room analysis, strategic conversations. Because news is everywhere, but perspective is rare, and in the age of confusion, clarity is power. Axis is for the audience that wants more than headlines. The axis of global power is shifting. India is at the center of that shift. It's time the world was explained accordingly, to understand the world through India's strategic lens. Subscribe now.